All right, we're back. Looks like a very interesting. Let me turn this volume down here. I don't have to listen to that, and I can concentrate a little bit more. Yeah, let's talk about. Everybody can see that the market's down. We haven't had any sells yet today. We're fixing to make one live sell, and just to basically reinforce the point that you need to be taking profits no matter how you do it. And I like to let the market do it for me by, just typical price movement. Okay. But when we get into a situation like today, that's been rare, where we don't have a profit, what we do is we're going to look at our portfolio. We're going to say, okay, what doesn't measure up to our standards and what have we held for a while? And we're looking to take some, substantial profit off. And I only like doing, because these accounts are small, the larger accounts, I might take more off. It just depends. We look at the risk factors. Everything should line up. But when you've held something for a long time, what we're going to concentrate on is a stock, it's actually a CEF. And it's still within our parameters, but let's just go to classic TWS here. It's actually PHT, and we have it on multiple accounts. So we could actually close it out on both accounts, but what's the point? We might as well let one ride and see what we can gain out of it. If it goes up, that's fine. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to close the next one. Let's say tomorrow's a down day. And remember, CEFs don't move very much, so it's a good idea to let them ride a little bit and see what happens. So here's PHT on the other one. So this one's a little bit higher profit margin, but I think the difference between the two was probably share amounts. No, they're both 279, or 239. Kind of strange. Well, they've got different entry point, 936, and average price of 924. So we'll take the one with the higher pay. It doesn't matter when we close it out, so we'll just go ahead and we'll put this rate on. We'll give up 2 cents. Let's just go in the mid and see what happens, because we'll sell the entire amount. Okay, so we sold all of it. Easy profit at the end of the day. So we took $177 out of the market. Now this is one that we've been sitting on for quite some time. You can see by the size of the share amounts. Okay, so if we go and look at the chart, we can see that we sold it right there, right? That's the red triangle. And the max shares are 333. Now we try to stick to those rules as close as we can, but in this case here, we didn't have any profit on the day. Well, we're here to make money, right? So if we were within like maybe 10 cents or something of, I don't even remember what the original price was, but it wasn't much. But we needed to take something off. You got a half hour left in the market. Anything can happen. We can have a flush down, flush up. But what that's going to do, if you have a single account, take your profit. So we know now that we have a profit of, which one was it? Yeah, 177.19, right? So we're going to go up here. Oh, where's the... trying to get this thing to work. There we go. So 177.19. There's your profit. That's like selling a whole bunch of different ones, right? See, look at how that occurs on your chart now. So now we just bumped our daily up to 108.18. Okay, so that's a simple. We can go in here and you can be greedy all you want. I'm not afraid of taking profit. But because these are more for educational things, I want to be able to show this again for anybody that if it just happens to be another slow market day tomorrow. We don't know what the market's going to do. All right, so this one would be another 150. So that could have been a 350 on the day, right? And I don't think, yeah, no, we only have it in this one other account. It's not in a third on these small ones that we're showing. I know that we have those in other accounts though. So the idea is taking profits is very important in the market. And these people that are telling you to hold stuff, you're not making any profit off of dividends. Maybe I can see a little bit of their philosophy in it, but most people are looking for a split to happen, or they've got unrealistic goals. You're looking at let's go at and look at what do we got? What's the one they're pushing right now? Well, like GME or something stupid like that. I mean, you can't make any money off of it, but only the move, right? So if you've got $10,000, what are you going to get? 9 shares? I mean, it's got to go to 300 and some odd dollars to double that 10,000, right? I mean, if you really think it's going to go, then that's the risk you're taking, because it can go down, and what's more than likely going to happen? You're going to stop yourself out because you're going to get scared. The whole idea is you're trying to make money too quick. And they realize that. These people are watching these markets. They watch the orders. They know how to go against you. It's not conspiracy theory, but here's another one that may close at today. Who knows? Well, it opened at 27.97 this morning, so it hasn't moved at all. We're just kind of poking around in here. So we do have another one up top here. So we could go 3 days and just keep on, pulling profit in based off of, oh, hey, we've got, a profitable position. So why not take it? If the market's not cooperating, it's not giving you money, then take it. Like this one here, you just have to remember if you are being charged commissions, that it's going to affect your percentage that you took. So like if this one here, how far are we away? You look at it, yeah, we're still a ways away, right? So I'll be greedy and let that go, right? I want it up at $1.32. I don't know if you noticed too that one that we just sold, PHT, if you looked at the dividend amount, it's 87. Now sure, it went up to 84, but maybe tomorrow, like see, it's already up to 10. And let's see what we've got to close at on this other account. I'll go to this one. So PHT, PHT. Yeah, so we've got it closing at 10.25. So it's got to go another 25 cents, right? So that'll pick up. That'll be pretty close in value, But you could close this out. It doesn't matter. But just looking at it, we're saying, okay, we have another one. Where is that sucker at? No, it's up here somewhere. So here's another one, BGH. Let's take a look at that. So, I mean, maybe we get 3 down days, right? Maybe this comes down a little bit. Maybe you want to take some more profit. You're not getting anything out of the market. Well, 2 things are happening here. You're taking profit, right? And you're putting cash into your cash account, right? The whole amount. Their cost basis is $2,300, right? So the total value is $2,470. That if you sold it right now minus $1, it goes into your cash account. So this value up here stays the same, right? But this would increase. The unrealized profit would increase the negative number, which is the way it works. So it's interesting to note that, but I need to post this one trade to Twitter. Which one was it? Sold PHT. Go over there to the, no, wrong one. Let me go over here to this one. Like I say, it's important that you take profit. I mean, this is what we call the occurrences. So your occurrences are monthly dividends, it's quarterly dividends, and it's profit that you're taking off the table. If you want to sit and just collect dividends all year, that's fine. I mean, I have been for years on this PHT. I don't know how long it's been in this account. I have no idea. But it came time. People are putting money into it. I'm going to take mine at it. That's as simple as that. And if you're in a hurry to make money, you're going to make mistakes in the market because you're not seeing things long term. And it's hard to think long term. What do we profit? Profit amount. Yeah, I just go off of the percentage because everybody's going to have a different amount of shares in there, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, 8.7%. So it's going to be close to that. It's not going to be exact, but I mean, who's counting anyways, right? All right. So there it is. We post that. It's done deal. So tomorrow we're looking at it. You know, we got about 19 minutes left in the market. There's not a heck of a lot to do. So when you're doing stuff like this, you can take small amounts of money and you can invest. It's perfect timing to be investing in cryptocurrencies. You know, these things are highly volatile, but, you know, give you an example. Here's just like a little cheat sheet that I use. I just set it up, you know, I want a 10% move in anything. And then, you know, I look at the difference between the high and low on daily charts only. And, you know, here's the max risk, right? So I can go 10 orders deep and only have one. And what I'm trying to target here is basically on this trade here would be about $32, right? Because it's 1/10. Down here, you got a half, right? A half on 30 is $15. It's Litecoin. Hardly moves at all. So you're not going to make any money on it, right? But look, I can end up owning, what, 5 Litecoin, but not having all my money put into one product. So this is what I'm talking about on scale. And you'll get to understand max shares on our scans. So here, Bitcoin Cash. These are the only 4 I trade. I've been trading these since 2013. I got in early. All right. So a quarter. So we're looking for a quarter of that. So it's about $30, right? Same thing here. This is 1%. So we're looking for $36. You start hitting these on regular basis, they add up. I mean, I can't tell you how much I've made just in the last month on this volatility and the move up and everything else. But this is the type of stuff you need to understand. You hear these guys like Saylor telling you to hold this shit, and it's like, okay, maybe it goes to the moon. Okay, maybe I hold, you know, a half a Bitcoin, you know, from 2013. If it goes to 1 million, you got 500,000. But I mean, is it realistic? It's the same as trading stocks. Don't sit there and hold it thinking that it's going to be the golden goose. Trade it. You know, get used to trading. Hell, equities are free. And I mean, it's up to you, but if you want to trade stocks that don't pay dividends, I mean, in my opinion, it's foolishness. But if you want to trade it, kind of like Bitcoin, you can do that too. It's just you have to do it. You can buy fractional shares now on most platforms. So I'm just not into it. I don't want to follow, you know, I don't want to have 50 stocks that I'm doing fractional shares on. Screw that. It's a lot easier to use Bitcoin when it's up, you know, in the 50,000s and you can do 1/10 of it or, you know, 1% of it and still make the same amount of money that you could on a stock move. But it's all about this size and scale. If I think we bought this yesterday, you've got to look at the size of your accounts. If these accounts, like this one here, the cost base as well, the market value is 68,958. We cashed out everything right now. You have to look at the size of the account, and this is why we use a scan that allows us to put in the correct amount so that our risk isn't taxing us and it doesn't, take us down. It's like if I have a $300 investment in Bitcoin Cash, right? That's not going to take me down if I have $50,000 sitting there that I'm trading with. So if it goes against you, you just have to understand what you're doing and why you're holding it. So on Bitcoin stuff, you just hold it. If it goes against you, just hold it, whatever. I mean, it's if you've made money on it and you're making money on it, you hold it. But you have to know when to take the profits. So it's pretty simple. Sounds simple and straightforward, but everything that seems to be taught out there is about this hoodling, which is FOMO to me. So let's see what else we got going here. Yeah, let's go over to Mosaic. This will give us a better. Yeah. We're just looking to see what's happening in the market. I mean, it looks the same as it did this morning after I took off. Nothing really happening. Of course, if you're invested in more than one stock, you can see stuff that's moving against what everything else is doing. Divergent, right? So stuff's always moving. It's not all moving in the same direction. It just fear grips everybody, so they start freaking out. There's another one, BGB, that's looking to go up, maybe. I don't know. I don't call direction. All I do is call, I'll put my trades out there and you can look at them and you can say, oh, yep, there you go. He made money on that. Well, if I'm making money every time you turn around, what am I doing that everybody else isn't? We'll just look at some of these orders that we have sitting in here. Trail, NBB. Yeah. Not a lot hitting right now because everything's dropped. But maybe tomorrow, if the market decides to go back up, we should get a lot of orders filled. Got trails there. CBU, that's a new one. COP, we know what that is. It's ConocoPhillips. Yep. Now, I don't know what half of these companies are. All I know is they pay strong dividends. I'm game. That's really the bottom line. If you get stuck with something, depending on the size of your account, okay, if you're playing around with, $25,000, $10,000, whatever, you don't need to be going all in. You're going to hurt yourself. Just play it smart, earn your dividends, and make your occurrences. Buy and sell as many things as you can. Think about Walmart and how they make their money. It's volume. Stop listening to these idiots that tell you to hoodle. That's classic FOMOism. That's a new word. If you sit there and you think about it, they're telling you to hold. Why? Because the more people that hold, it drives the price up. And what are they doing? They're waiting for it to get to a certain price. They know how much they want to make. Either that or they're doing it for their friends. Maybe they're holding. I don't know. But Warren Buffett's great at doing that. He tells everybody, oh, yeah, if you're not holding it, then you don't understand it. It's like, who the fuck cares what the company does as long as it's paying dividends? He's got some interesting ideas on the market, but the market's constantly changed. He's been around for a while. You have to be taking profit. It used to, back when he started, how much was a trade? $50? It's zero now. So look at how many more people are involved in the market. You need to be sniping as much as you can at. Even if you have $1 million, I don't go over the max shares. I mean, that's not to say I have $1 million, but I wouldn't go over the max shares because it affects the size of your account. Now, when you get over the $1 million, let's say 1.5 or something, now your max shares might be double what that amount is. But that's just our own, risk profile that we use, and it's worked great. We don't take losses. So if you understand that, the book's going to be coming out. We're just waiting on the writer to finish it up, and then to proofread it and everything else. And then we'll have the ebook available and put the whole strategy out there for everybody to learn it. If you like it, great. If not, just we'll take criticism. It doesn't matter. We're not we like to call it the Holy Grail, but that's kind of, a lot of people don't like that word. It's like there's always a catch. And it's like, okay, now figure it out for yourself. If you like it, come over, learn it, ask questions. I've trained a lot of people on how to use this system. They just said, hey, we need to put it in book form, because I can't spend hours on end training everybody how to do it. Now you can come on here and see what we do on a day-to-day basis, and you're just seeing live trades, and there's several different strategies that can be used within the strategy. So there's several different entry points, but typically if you target dividend amounts for the year, you're going to be pretty successful. Like say here, this one here is another one. It's only got 19 shares. Now we do buy CEFs, if they're under $1.20. It's just because they're such slow movers, but normally their dividend yields are fairly high. So this one, when we bought it, was probably closer to 7. And you can always backtrack it, and say, okay, well, what was your original? A lot of people don't understand how to do this. It's important that you understand the yield is not the king. The dividend is. So if we take the original 0.852, divide that by what we originally paid at $12.71, and multiply that by 100, 6.7. So see, when we bought it, it was 6.7% yield. Okay, now it's 6.3 because the price has moved up. That's just the nature of dividend yield. If the dividend stays the same, but you see, when did this change? Shit, that's a messy dividend schedule. Yeah, it looks like 71, so it must have been February. So a couple months it's been lower, but it's still going higher. Why? Because people are buying it because of the percentage yield, not because of the dividend. It's actually, we could actually close that out if we wanted to, but if we look at that chart, yeah, just let it go. We only have 19 shares, and it's not much money. It is paying you 85, almost $20 for the year. Doesn't sound like much, but multiply it by how many. Or you're going to really pick up, if you can get even amounts on dividends and profit from trading. Like there's kind of a skew there, right? It's almost double. So you can actually keep on doing this and start getting these results, $15.99 each month. So we calculate it. Just let set up a little sheet, follow what you're doing. If you need this, and you want this, I'll send it to you. It's just a simple spreadsheet. But yeah, other than that, what do we got left going on? I've got about 6 minutes. Let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. Let's see where that's at. So we closed out. We're still looking to close a position at $14.97 in Bitcoin Cash. I posted that to Twitter. We closed out Bitcoin earlier, about an hour ago. And that was like a 30 some odd dollar profit. It's pretty simple. I mean, you can get, well, I want to, you get that FOMO or the YOLO play. It's like, okay, yeah, I got 10,000. I'm just going to buy as much Bitcoin as I can. And the sucker, the bottom drops out, and you're sitting there looking at yourself going, well, what do I do? It's not smart, but you live and learn. A lot of people learning right now that those stops are gonna hurt you. Those stops are gonna take your money. I don't use stops in anything. If I'm gonna lose money, I'm gonna lose it all. But what I lose will not put me out of business. It's going to be a small amount. You know, we're looking for a close of 42.80. It's got a ways to go on Ethereum. And what do we got left there? Litecoin. Now, Litecoin is just, it's range bound. Well, it just doesn't move much. I mean, you're going to make a couple bucks here and there, but multiply it by 1,000 trades. I just keep trying to tell people that that's where you're going to make your money. If you got in early on this like I did, yeah, you made some money. But now how do you trade it? I never hung on to it. Every time I can, I'm selling it for a profit, you know? And that will change based on volatility. But as it is right now, I've watched markets long enough to know, you know, what to set my numbers at, because I know what the market will do with this type of volatility. Nobody, like Bitcoin could take off tomorrow and go up 10,000, right? Nobody, you know, I'm cool with that. And then I just set my charts up based on, you know, what I want to profit off of it again. I don't care what the price is. Then it's just, do I go even smaller? Because now that 1% ends up being $1,000 versus, you know, 600. I mean, you know, you have to think about it in those terms. But yep, remember, if you do get the scan, CEFs are first. This week we only had the one. Let me look. It was BBN, right? Let's show you what this looks like. So if you bought BBN, it was just the one. Normally, it's not normal, but you know, you'll see more than this on here. But what you're looking for, like, this is just a basic rundown. If you bought max shares through time, you'd end up with, at this price, you'd end up paying about 34.4521, right? 5.58% yield. That's guaranteed. But if you never trade it, that's all you'll ever make, right? So, but the rules are in place. So if you have under $100,000, you're buying 14 shares. The next share, then if it comes down 50% in that 6-month window, you're going to buy at whatever the price is. I don't have the chart in front of me, but it's just the way it works. But we're already involved in it. So you can see here, see there's the 50% mark, but we've already, well, we've got it on several different, one count, that's not the right account, you can see by the lines. Yeah, which one's going here? Oh, okay, we got it on the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah, so like, I mean, there's the 100% mark. So if it comes down another 50, we just keep on. We're not, this is actually, why is this here? Need to remove that. And I don't know why that's below. This should be above here. That was a mistake. That green line somehow got moved down because it was up here higher. But I remember how it looks. Anyways, but that is, you know, typical. It hits this, we're going to buy some more here. That's what we're up to. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward. But like I say, the book will explain a little bit more. It's hard to go into great detail on these live videos because I got too much going on. But stick with it. You know, it takes time to learn it. It's not something that you're going to grab. Some people grab it immediately. And they figure it out and they're just like, hey, this is great. You know, I don't have to watch it every friggin', you know, minute of the day. And all right, market's closed. Ooh. So the whole idea is, you know, make sure you take some profit. But we'll continue to watch, the cryptos. They switch over on Coinbase. We don't really care what it is. We buy it certain stages based on our charting. So, but let's see what we got left here. Yeah, get that out of the way. But if you learn something off of this, tell your friends. This is why I'm helping people try to figure out how to manage money. These are just stocks. It's what they do on a day-to-day basis. You have no control over it. The only control you have is how much you spend on each stock. So there's an account with 27,928. It just keeps growing, right? It'll be at 30 before long because we just keep trading. So if we take, here's a great example. Where's that one at? Well, it's not on this account. But if we, take another big profit or just small profits all day long, we'll still have cash. You see, we have a loser in there, BP, but it's still paying those dividends, $1.26, right? So we'll continue to pull that down until it either recovers or max shares go higher where we can buy some more. We're at 106. This was actually, I can tell you from experience, I know that this was a put that went against us. We sold a put and it went against us and we're in. Now, we don't do this very often, but when we do, it's kind of a more advanced structure. It's about the only thing that we do with options is we sell them, but we only do that in specific periods in the market. You can really lose your butt on those, but as long as it's a dividend paying stock, we're fine with it. But most people want to trade non-dividend paying stocks because when they sell something, they don't want to have to pay the dividend amount, and so they concentrate on non-dividend paying stocks or growth stocks. But other than that, that'll wrap it up for today. Hopefully you learn something from that, and we'll see you in the morning.